You're probably wondering why I have beer bottles in front of me. Well, I'm not giving you out free samples, even though I wish I could. Beer is a big part of my family's business, a big part of my family because we own a beer company called Cross Plains Brewery. This is special to me because my family has been running the beer company for 153 years now. My grandpa, Wayne Esser, and dad, Larry Esser, are co-owners of the beer business. We have an office in Cross Plains, Wisconsin, where the beer originated from. It was brewed in Cross Plains in 1863 to 1920 when Prohibition was enacted. Prohibition was the reason we had to stop brewing. After Prohibition, we became a brew wholesaler. We are still involved in the beer business, but we are not producing our own beer. Now it is brewed at Sand Creek Brewery in Black River Falls, Wisconsin. We have 4 types of beer now. It is the first and original Esser's Best, the original Esser's Best Lager, and then the second was Cross Plains Special, which is a lager. Pilsner, sorry. This is a lager, this is a Pilsner. The next one we have is Anniversary Ale, which is an ale, and then a darker amber ale. The newest beer is a golden ale, which the label will be coming out next month. My favorite is a new golden blonde ale, which is this one. One of my favorite parts of being so involved in the beer company is going to all the different beer shows that my dad is a part of. We traveled south to Racine, north to Minocqua, and places in between. Some brewfests have been around for several years now, and some are new. At the beer shows, we pour samples of our beer, and we introduce our beer to the public. My friends and cousins get involved and help out these beer shows too. What is beer though? Beer is a brewed beverage, which means before bottling it has to be heated or cooked. Beer is made from various combinations of these basic ingredients: wheat, barley, water, yeast, and hops. There are so many different types of beer because there are so many different combinations you can use. It is popular now to add many different flavors to beer. People add raspberries, lemonade, and lime to make flavors to the beer. We, on the other hand, have not tried this yet. Maybe in the near future. Beer to the Esser family isn't a symbol for a party. It is a tradition. We will always have it at birthday parties, events, tailgates, and even when we grill out. We bring a big supply of our beer when we tailgate for the Badger games because we introduce it to our neighboring tailgaters and other friends who are newcomers. Even though our beer isn't as well known to be on commercials, we do have a decent following. People of Cross Plains are so kind and friendly. We have a lot of them that drink locally and support our beer. Since we are craft beer, we are smaller and not popular yet. I also have my dad's favorite book here, which is right here. He gave it to me to use because it's actually very handy. This is called the Everything Beer Book. This book talks about the history of beer, many different types of beer and recipes you can use with food and other recipes with beer. Pretty much anything with beer. Some things I have learned from reading some of this book is that beer is the most important beverage ever concocted by man. It was used in the first established cultures and denote civility and distinction. Once used to baptize children, beer has always been attributed with both mystical and medicinal powers. Today, it is one of the most powerful and competitive industries in the world, and yes, it is very fun to drink. From reading this book, there's so much to know about beer that I've never known. Scientists are still debating over the birth of the first beer. The first description of the beer dates back to 6,000 and 9,000 years ago. Nobody knows how the first beer was made, but that it was made in which is now Iran. Some people discovered that maybe grain was harvested to make beer first. Others say that bread was created first. The bread was made, then soaked in water and left somewhere. This then eventually produced a liquid form similar to beer. Regardless, scholars are coming to find that beer was probably created on accident from leaving bread in the rain with a little of sun, and then voila, there was beer. My family would say that this is a great accident to happen because without this creation of beer, we wouldn't be who we are today, which are beer creators and beer wholesalers.